In the vast silence of space, the Zarkan Empire ruled with fear. Their warships, giant and terrifying, had crushed every enemy in their path. The galaxy's strongest predators, no one dared to challenge them. But on a small planet, far from the reach of the Empire, something was changing. Earth, once forgotten, was now awake. For years, humans had silently prepared, building fleets and weapons that no one saw coming. The galaxy's leaders thought humanity was too weak, too small. But they had no idea what was coming. One day, the first human warship appeared, sleek, silent, and deadly. It slipped through the galaxy's borders unnoticed until it struck. In an instant, a Zarkan flagship vanished, leaving only space debris. The predators were stunned. No one knew who had attacked, but they knew one thing. It wasn't just any enemy, it was Earth. As the news spread, fear rippled through the galaxy. The Zarkan Empire, who had always been the hunters, were now the hunted. What did these humans want? And why had they waited so long to fight back? The hunt had begun, and the galaxy's apex predators were about to meet their match. The Zarkan Empire had never known fear until now. After the surprise attack, they quickly gathered their fleets to hunt down the mysterious human warships. But the more they searched, the more they realized something terrifying. The humans weren't just hiding, they were waiting. And they had a weapon unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. On Earth, the humans had developed technology that allowed them to track enemy ships across vast stretches of space. Using satellites older than the galaxy itself, they had uncovered hidden patterns in the movement of alien fleets. This was their secret, a vast network of data, allowing them to predict every move the Zarkan made. The humans knew exactly where the Zarkan would strike next. As the Zarkan fleet moved deeper into human space, they were ambushed. Suddenly, human warships appeared from the shadows, launching attacks from every direction. Zarkan ships exploded in a fiery display, their commanders helpless against the surprise onslaught. For the first time, the Zarkan were losing, and they didn't even know why. The Zarkan are scrambling, but what else is hidden on Earth? Could humanity's secret weapon be more than just their advanced technology? As the war rages on, it's clear. The galaxy has underestimated Earth's true power. The Zarkan Empire's fleets were in disarray. Their once feared warships were no match for the unpredictable tactics of humanity. It was time for the galaxy to meet the face of Earth's resistance, Admiral Jessica Hargrave. In the Grand Council chambers, representatives from every corner of the galaxy gathered. They were expecting an emergency meeting to discuss the human threat. But when the holoscreen flickered to life, it wasn't just any human. It was Hargrave herself. Her calm, determined voice echoed through the chambers as she spoke. "This is Earth," she said, her tone as cold and steady as the stars. "We will not be intimidated. We will not fall. The Zarkan Empire has made a grave mistake." Her warship, the Vanguard, loomed behind her, a symbol of human resilience. The Alien Council watched in stunned silence as she declared war against the galaxy's apex predators. She spoke of Earth's strength, not in the size of its fleets, but in its will to fight. The Zarkan Empire's leaders shifted uneasily. They thought they had been the only ones capable of commanding respect in the galaxy. But now, a human had challenged their very rule as Hargrave's declaration rang out. The galaxy's leaders could only ask, what will humanity do next? And more importantly, could the Zarkan be stopped before their reign ended? The battle was set. The Zarkan Empire, determined to crush humanity's resistance, gathered their mightiest fleet and surged towards Earth. Their warships, massive and powerful, blotted out the stars as they entered Earth's orbit. They had underestimated the humans once, but now they would make no mistake. As the Zarkan warships powered forward, they were met with an unexpected sight. The humans weren't running. Instead, Earth's fleet emerged from the shadows of the moon, a formation so tight it seemed like a single united mass. In the blink of an eye, the Vanguard led the charge, its guns firing with deadly precision. The Zarkan fleet, with its superior size and firepower, thought it would be an easy win. But the humans fought differently. Their ships moved with an eerie synchronicity, dodging and striking in unpredictable patterns. Explosions erupted across the black sky as Zarkan ships fell, one by one. For the first time in the Zarkan Empire's history, they were being outmatched. The humans, small and weak in the galaxy's eyes, were proving to be far more dangerous than anyone had imagined. As the Zarkan fleet stumbled back in retreat, the humans pressed forward, relentless. But the real question loomed. Was this just the beginning, or had Earth's fleet revealed its final secret? The battle was far from over, and the next move would decide everything. The Zarkan Empire, battered and bruised from their first encounter with humanity, refused to admit defeat. They could not allow this tiny planet, Earth, to challenge their reign. With their pride on the line, they unleashed their most terrifying weapon, the Zarkan assassin fleet. This elite force, silent and swift, was sent with a single mission: destroy the heart of humanity's leadership. As night fell over Earth, the Zarkan assassins infiltrated from the shadows, slipping past Earth's defenses undetected. Their ships were cloaked, their movements almost imperceptible. They targeted key locations, military bases, communication hubs, and most crucially, the Vanguard. If they could eliminate Admiral Hargrave and cripple Earth's command structure, the humans would crumble. On the surface, Earth's defenders scrambled to react, but the Zarkan were always one step ahead. The assassins attacked swiftly, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. The first wave of their attack hit cities like New York and London, chaos spreading across the planet as humans fought to protect their homes. But Hargrave was not so easily beaten. She'd expected this. The Vanguard, now under heavy fire, retaliated with a strike that could turn the tide. The humans were not just defending Earth, they were defending their very future. As the Zarkan assassins tighten their grip on Earth, Hargrave prepares for one final desperate move. Will Earth survive the onslaught, or will this be the beginning of humanity's fall? The Zarkan Empire may have underestimated Earth's will to survive, and they're about to learn a hard lesson. As the war with the Zarkan Empire raged on, the tide of battle began to shift in humanity's favor. The Zarkan's greatest weapon, their ruthless fleets, were being decimated by the human warships. But the cost was high. Earth's military was stretched thin, and the people were beginning to feel the strain. It seemed the war might take years, maybe even centuries, to win. Then something unexpected happened. An alien faction, the Rylak, once allies of the Zarkan Empire, contacted Earth's leaders in secret. They had seen the ferocity and strategy of humanity on the battlefield and began to question their loyalty to the Zarkan. The Rylak, a race known for their speed and precision in battle, were tired of the Zarkan's rule and offered humanity an alliance. The offer was tempting, but not without risk. Could humans trust these former enemies? The Rylak claimed they had the technology to turn the tide of the war, but their history with the Zarkan was long and bloody. Admiral Hargrave, ever cautious, called for a council meeting. Some humans were eager for an alliance, desperate for an advantage, but others were wary. They had fought alone for so long. Could they truly trust the Rylak, or was this a trap? As negotiations continued, the war did not wait. The Zarkan, sensing the shift in the balance of power, launched an all-out assault on Earth. The question now wasn't just whether humanity could trust the Rylak, it was whether the alliance could come together fast enough to stop the Zarkan Empire before it was too late. With the Zarkan closing in, Hargrave must make a decision: accept the alliance and risk betrayal, or face the full force of the Empire alone. Time is running out, and every second counts. The Zarkan Empire was relentless. After the failed assassination attempts and the surprise shift in alliances, the Empire knew it had to act swiftly to crush humanity before it could truly unite. In a final, desperate move, the Zarkan dispatched a team of elite operatives on a mission to Earth's heart, the Vanguard itself. The human fleet was scattered, fighting on multiple fronts. But the Vanguard remained the symbol of humanity's strength. Admiral Hargrave had made the ship her flagship, and it had become a beacon of hope for all humans. The Zarkan could not let that stand. Under the cover of a massive asteroid field, a team of Zarkan infiltrators managed to breach Earth's defenses. They were skilled, trained for one thing: sabotage. As they silently landed on Earth, their mission was clear: destroy the Vanguard's core systems and erase humanity's leadership. If they succeeded, the humans would lose their advantage and fall into chaos. But the humans were prepared. Hargrave had anticipated this move. Earth's military, aware of the Zarkan's infiltration efforts, had deployed its most trusted soldiers to protect the ship. The operatives, armed with cloaking devices and advanced weapons, quickly began their sabotage, planting explosives and hacking into the ship's vital systems. But as the battle raged inside the Vanguard, something unexpected was uncovered. The Zarkan were not just after the ship. Deep within the ship's data archives, they found a secret, an ancient piece of technology buried long ago that had the potential to turn the entire galaxy upside down. The Zarkan operatives are deep inside the Vanguard, planting the final charges. But the discovery of this ancient technology could change the course of the war forever. What could this mysterious weapon be? And could humanity even control it once they found it? Time was running out, and the outcome of the war now hung in the balance. The Zarkan Empire had thrown everything it had at Earth, but humanity's resolve was unwavering. The Vanguard was still standing, despite the sabotage, and the alliance with the Rylak had begun to bear fruit. Together, the human and Rylak fleets had managed to push the Zarkan back. But the war was far from over. In a final desperate move, the Zarkan Empire activated their most powerful weapon, the Death Star-class planet killer. This massive weapon, capable of obliterating entire planets, was aimed directly at Earth. The Zarkan believed this would be their last strike, one that would break humanity's spirit and crush any hope of resistance. Earth's destruction seemed inevitable, but humanity wasn't done yet. Hargrave and her fleet launched their own counterattack. Using the ancient technology discovered aboard the Vanguard, the humans were able to activate a hidden system that sent their fleets into hyperdrive, allowing them to strike the Zarkan's flagship and disable the planet killer just in time. The Vanguard fired its final shot, and the Zarkan's ultimate weapon exploded in a cataclysmic burst, sending the remaining Zarkan fleet into chaos. The battle was won, but at a cost. The Zarkan Empire was in ruins, and their once feared fleets were scattered. As Hargrave stood on the bridge of the Vanguard, looking out at the wreckage of the Zarkan ships, she knew humanity had proven something far greater than just victory. They had shown the galaxy that Earth was no longer a forgotten world. It was a new power to be reckoned with. The Zarkan Empire had fallen, but the war wasn't truly over. What would the galaxy do now that Earth had emerged as the true apex predator? And as humanity looked to the stars, they couldn't help but wonder, what other threats awaited them in the unknown reaches of space? The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: Earth was ready for whatever came next.